Oh, this world is an illusion. It is Maya. It is as vicious as a serpent or a snake. But we, the ignorant people, take it to be the truth. We take the serpent to be the rope. But that is not the case, right? What is our aim in life? It is to move ahead from this Maya and attain self realization and believe that spirituality will take us ahead from this life to our attainment of moksha. Is it too high a words? Don't worry, you will understand everything when you will listen to today's capsule summary. Hello, how are you? This is Hina from Team Test, and today's capsule summary will be The Serpent and the Rope. Well, this novel was published in the year 1960, and it is written by Raja Rao, Indian American writer, of course born in India but later settled in the US. His lifespan was from 1908 to 2006, and his works are deeply metaphysical and deeply spiritual. I can say that. And for this semi autobiographical novel, remember, The Serpent and the Rope somewhat discusses Raja Rao's life. How? I'll tell you later. For this novel, he received the Sahitya Akademi Award in the year 1964. And as I told you, the world is an illusion. It is vicious like a servant, but an ignorant man takes this to be the truth, okay? He takes the serpent to be the rope. No, okay? Now, the setting of this novel is France, England, and India. Let's start with the story. Ramaswamy is 21 years old. He is born in a traditional Brahmin family in Mysore. His father married thrice. Why? See, Ram is his son with the first wife who died at a very young age. From his second wife, who also died, Ram's father had three daughters, Saroj, Kapila, and Sukumari. While from the third, the present wife, there is one infant son who's called Sridhar. Did you understand? Three wives and total 5 kids, 2 boys and 3 girls. Okay? Ram is one of them. Ram is basically the oldest son of the father. Ram is intellectual in mind but feeble in health. He has tubercular lungs, or you can say he has pulmonary TB. Okay? It's not at all a very good condition when it comes to body, and he always feels weak. His health does not support him, but then he keeps on moving in life. At a young age, Ram goes to France to research on Albigensian heresy or Catharism. Basically, this is a sect. It was a sect which came up in France in the 12th century, which was very extreme in its thoughts. These people, the believers of Albigensian or the Catharism, they thought that the world is dual, good versus evil, okay? Anything which binds you, for example, food, money, family, that is evil. Anything which is materialistic. They even took the church in it. They called church materialistic, and they attacked the church, which of course was not accepted, and therefore a crusade was launched against this Albigensian heresy in the 12th century in France. Okay, so Ram came to France to research on Catharism, and here what happens. He meets a French lecturer of history named Madeleine, who co-researches with Ram. Madeleine is fascinated with Indian traditions and religious beliefs. Although she is older to Ram, they marry 3 years after meeting each other. Okay, so now Ram and Madeleine are husband-wife, just like Raja Rao in reality also had a wife who was French, okay, and later they divorced. This is exactly what you will see in this novel. Their first child, that is Ram's and Madeleine's first child, Krishna, a boy, has a short life. He dies when he is only 7 months old due to a lung disease. After this tragedy, Ram has to quickly visit India because his father is ailing, he's dying, and by the time he reaches, his father is no more. After his father's death, Ram visits Banaras to perform his cremation rituals, accompanied by, tell me, his stepmother, whom Ram calls Choti Ma, and of course his stepbrother, the 11-month-old Sridhar. Okay. Now, when Ram goes to Benares and also to other holy pilgrimage places, he has this thought when he looks around. People are dying, of course. There is death, there is rebirth. A child is born, a person dies. He has this self awakening. He feels something transforming within himself. Now, for example, Ram describes Benares like this quote, Benares is eternal. There, the dead do not die, nor the living live. The dead comes down to play on the bank of the Ganges, and the living live in an illusion of a vast night and a bright city. Lovely thought. And for the holy pilgrimage at Allahabad, Ram stays at Professor Venkatraman's house. Here, he has a very important meeting with Professor Venkatraman's ex-student, who is now a civil servant under the Britishers. And this person's name is Pratap Singh. Please remember him. He's important in the novel. So Ram meets Pratap Singh, a civil servant. Pratap is engaged to Savitri, a modern Indian girl who belongs to a royal family and is a student at Cambridge. Savitri does not really like her fiancé since she advocates communism while he is loyal to the British. So Savitri believes that the society should be equal, but her fiancé, who Pratap Singh, is loyal to British. He's a civil servant. Pratap wants Ram to convince Savitri to accept their relationship. Why? He thinks that since Ram has married a French woman, he knows the ways of the world and the language of love. Is it true? Can someone really understand a woman? I leave this question open-ended, the answer to it. Now let's listen to the meeting between Ram and Savitri. Important, please listen again nicely. Ram finds Savitri too modern. How? She fags or smokes, dresses casually, and speaks her mind. She's very frank in her thoughts. Nonetheless, the two strike a conversation, or they strike a chord, and Ram finds Savitri alluring and attractive. Easy till here? Now what happens? Ram returns to France to his wife Madeline, but the self-transformation visit to India, as well as his meeting with Savitri, makes him feel distant to his wife Madeline. Madeline is a mystic woman, as I told you. She really respects Indian culture, tradition, even the superstitions, and she can easily sense the change in her husband. She asks, have I failed your gods? Have I failed as your wife? To which Ram responds, you have not failed my gods. You have failed me. Raja Rao here also describes the challenges which are faced by the immigrants. How? Through Ram, of course, because he keeps on traveling here and there. And also the other people he befriends in France. Who are these minor characters in the novel? There's a Spanish refugee called Lezo, and there's a Russian refugee called George. These three people, Lezo, George, and Ram, they have such an awesome conversation regarding Christianity, Vedantic philosophy, spiritual connection between the East and the West. And these conversations also have a lasting impact on Ram. With Madeline, Ram tries or struggles to maintain an air of normalcy, which leads to a temporary physical reunion between the two. But under the cover, under the sheets, the things are definitely not right. Meanwhile, Ram receives a letter from Pratap Singh that Savitri has fallen in love with a boy named Hussain, and he desperately wants Ram to help him. Savitri, who has come to France for a short stay, meets Ram as well as his wife Madeline, and then he is accompanied by Ram to England. Imagine, Ram goes to England with Savitri. Why? He will continue his research work there, while she will complete her final year of college at Cambridge. And in England, the love affair begins. The two spend quality time together. And Ram realizes that the deep love he feels for Savitri surpasses his love for his own wife. The two start living like a couple, acting like a couple, and here Raja Rao connects them with Radha and Krishna in their relationship. And as a gesture of spiritual communion, he gifts the toe rings, the rings, that bachia, to her that Choti Ma actually gave for Madeline. So Choti Ma gave these ancestral toe rings for Madeline, but Ram actually gives these as a gift to Savitri, and she accepts. Time to say goodbye, helping Savitri forget Hussein completely. Ram returns to France. Madeline is pregnant again, he finds out, and with a mixed heart, Ram has to leave for India again to shoulder the responsibility of his stepsister Saroj's wedding. In India, Ram's health is worsening this time, because of which he makes an emergency medical visit to Bangalore. Here he learns that Madeline has prematurely given birth to a second son. But tragically, the boy is dead. Their second child again dies soon. He dies at birth. He also learns that Savitri has got married to Pratap Singh. And before returning to France, look at this, what happens. Before returning to France, his health is fine now. He visits his friend, Captain Shyam Sundar in Bombay, where he starts a week-long sensuous affair with his wife Lakshmi. Oh God. I really have no comments, okay, when such things happen. I'm just telling you what's happening in the novel. He returns to France only to find that Madeline has turned to Buddhism. She has withdrawn herself completely from the world, and she withdraws herself even from her husband. The death of her children has transformed her. She's become a monk. She does not like what's happening in the life. She cannot face the tragedies she has faced, and she becomes a monk. This takes us to the end of The Serpent and the Rope. What happens in the end? First, due to harsh cold in France, Ram's health declines and he has to go to London for a lung surgery, where he receives a visit from Savitri. She's there in the hospital, he is recovering, and finally the two accept that it is time to move on. They have to rejoice in each other's happiness. He tells her that she should love Pratap Singh with all her heart. This is first. Second, what happens in the end? Madeline divorces Ram and he agrees, of course. Third, finally, at last, Ram returns to India. He leaves France, comes to India in search of a spiritual guru who will help him to give purpose to his life, and a guru who will help Ram to attain salvation. With this, we are done with The Serpent and the Rope. I hope you liked it, and it will help you with your exams, with your college work, with your university course. If it will, you should leave a comment below. As you know, we have started with Indian Writings in English series, under which I'm explaining the most important novels in a very brief manner, but definitely in an effective manner. Okay, this is Hina from Team Test. Do subscribe to our channel if you haven't, and share it with your friends and relatives. Bye-bye.